Shots Fired, and join us as we cruise the cosmos of the mind tonight. This is episode 9, the Couch Escape Protocol, and we have a very special guest with us tonight, MV Cost himself.
Oh,
in
man.
Chat. Everyone, please say a warm No Shots Fired welcome to MV Cost. All the chat, please. Don't hold back, guys.
I raise my dragon's milk to you, sir.
Is that what you're having tonight?
That is what I'm having.
After I eat this nice meal of chicken, tomatoes, some sort of green thing, and white asparagus.
You got most of the colors covered there. That's good.
Yeah, look at that. Look how nice that looks. Look, everyone. I know it's a podcast, and for those of you who will invariably listen...
when we start exporting to iTunes and everything.
Right. So you won't get the full... aesthetic of the meal, but know that it was as beautiful as it is delicious. Welcome tonight. Again, this is episode 9, the Couch Escape Protocol. Our special guest, MV Cost, will probably be chiming in with his own little...
Any questions are welcome.
Tidbits. Yep, questions are welcome, or, you can always just jump on Google Hangouts and join us there, MV Cost, if you want. I haven't used your name because I don't want to reveal your identity to all of our...
Right, we're staying off the grid still.
But tonight, we're going to be talking again about, as always, what games we're playing. We're going to talk about games that would be ideal for TV series or movies. And also, as part of that discussion, probably go over the history of games that have been turned into movies / TV series already.
A rich tapestry.
A rich tapestry. So just a little discussion on that. If you're a studio exec and you want to hire us on because it's consultants for one of these conversions, please email us at mail@noshotsfired.com and we'll get back to you. I have to warn you, though, our rates are not very low.
All right. So I guess I'll start off with the gameplay things. Mine's kind of short. I want to hear more about what you've been playing. But Nintendo's next mobile effort came out this week, I think, or so. Fire Emblem Heroes. And I think we've talked about the Fire Emblem series a little bit, so this is the first... I guess not the first mobile, there's been a lot of mobile ones, but the first one on phones. And it's very much a bite-sized Fire Emblem experience. Pretty well tailored for taking it out for 5-10 minutes, doing a battle or two, and then turning it off. So that part's enjoyable. It's certainly not a serious Fire Emblem experience, which is not too surprising. The fact that it's a free-to-play game, so they have some microtransactions in terms of getting heroes and stuff, so they're not going to have the Fire Emblem kind of classic protocol of permadeath, which I know will bum you out, especially.
Tasty. Yeah, if you don't have permadeath, don't come at me with that weak shit.
But I guess it makes sense for the business model they're doing here. But I've been doing that a little bit. That's been fun, getting my strategy itch scratched a little bit on the go. Especially when we're sitting bored at work on Monday through Friday, whichever day that happens to be. Good to get some sword and magic flying at the desk. But that's probably...
You're not saying hi to me, are you?
That's about all I've been playing, unfortunately. I've been very, very lazy. The couch has claimed me several nights this week. So.
How is you just started a new job. How's that going?
It's money. Making money. So.
Well, once we get these studio gigs rolling in as consultants for...
Exactly. Once they see our pitches here, money will be pouring in.
I've been playing RimWorld and Hitman. RimWorld is a colony building game, a third-person controlling multiple people game in the vein of Dwarf Fortress, if any of you are familiar with that. It's pretty awesome. I've had some great little experiences with that. We all died last night, and we had a great colony going, but...
Is this the one that's not co-op, unfortunately?
It is not co-op, no. Jay Money and I have played it, like, quote, co-op, unquote, where one of us will just, like, show it on Skype. Yeah, that's the...
Still a little footage here.
See, you build a colony, and you try to survive, basically. There is an actual end game to this, as opposed to something like Dwarf Fortress, which is just go on as long as you feel like it. You can get off the world if you want. Which I can eat and a bite of chicken and.
So is the combat kind of you just send numbers at things, or is it how involved is the combat system?
It's more complex than Dwarf Fortress. You can position your guys. You have cover in the form of sandbags, trees, chunks of rock. So you have and then the weapon selection is very varied
Mm-hmm.
and important. So you have things like machine guns, which will spray all around, incendiary launchers, grenades. So there's a lot of options. Then you have like personal shields and all sorts of little. So it's combat's pretty involved. A lot of crazy little random events that can happen in the world. Um, so it's again.
Do you kind of pick your starting terrain, or is that kind of auto generated?
Yes, you do. You randomly generate an entire world, and then from that world, you choose one little tiny square. Oh god.
We got a close up on that one. That was good.
That's a bonus there for all of you listening at home. A little bonus. Oh man, that's a glad we got the close up on that. That was good. So
that was perfect.
You get your own randomly generated world, and then from that randomly generated world, you choose one teeny tiny square to start your colony, and you can send out caravans to trade with other colonies. You can invade other colonies. You can just pick up and move if you want. So it's a thank you. MD Cost said, bless you, and I appreciate that. Anybody who wants to bless me, I appreciate that. So it's yeah. Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on RimWorld.
I'm bummed that's not that feels like something that could be co-op. I mean, I don't have any idea what that would require in terms of programming and stuff, but that feels like something that would be doable.
It must be harder than we think because so many of these games don't do it.
I just wonder, I wonder if that's just not as big a thing as we wished it would be.
Well, a lot of people, because I Googled it online, there's a pretty robust mod community.
Okay.
Since it's an indie game. And nobody has built that mod, but somebody said that they built a multiplayer mod in the form of two people building completely separate colonies, which to me doesn't have the same appeal.
No.
But then he was saying two people playing the same place at the same time, too involved, and he wasn't going to build that. I don't know anything about programming or anything like that, but I don't think it'd be that involved. So I think somebody should build it.
Official, no shots fired stance, more co-op.
I don't know.
Which actually, tell you, let me think. Systems. This new have you haven't played any of the Dark Souls?
Nope, I have not.
But there's probably aspects of that you would like. They're very difficult, very very, but difficult in a way that you feels like you're. A lot of people say it's like a very fair difficulty in that, like anytime you die, you kind of learn why the mistake you made, sort of thing. So it's a very intense kind of action combat games, and a game in that vein called Neo has just come out, it's like Dark Souls but with samurai. Although I guess got more differences. That's kind of the reductive part of it, and it apparently has co-op, which for that type of game could be very interesting.
I will tell Doc that we have been invited. First of all, Raj, it's been many a moon. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the podcast.
Oh man!
For all the listeners at home, our old friend Raj, 30007, a longtime friend of the No Shots Fired group, is tuning into chat, and I wanted to give him a shout out.
I say it's been a long time, Raj. How are you doing?
Secondly, Madamus is going to play Master Chief, Halo,
Like the Halo the Master Chief Collection or Halo 5?
Master Chief Edition. I don't know which one that is.
That is
Manos, what are we playing? It doesn't matter. He's not talking. He's talking to somebody else. Anyway, we've been invited. Let's play that.
I don't have that installed. I have Halo 5 installed. It looks like it's. You still have a PS4?
I do, but I accidentally left it in Evansville.
All right. Well, it's out for PS4, so I guess I don't know. That might be something worth thinking of.
Anyway.
Okay.
We had a question from NV Cost saying, "What do you mean by games on TV?" We mean.
All right. Let's get to that here.
Tell them what it means.
Very recently, it was announced that a Castlevania TV show is headed to Netflix this year, and apparently it's going to be fairly intense. Described by someone involved with the project. I'm producing a super violent Castlevania miniseries with my homies Fred Siebert and Kevin Klond. Like I wrote at the time, it's going to be dark, satirical, and after a decade of propaganda, blah, 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 blah.
Homies. He said homies. He
did. And he also said other goofy things. But, so that got me thinking, like, well, one, like, it's apparently based off of Castlevania 3, which is an NES game, which, as you could guess, didn't have the most fleshed out story. But, you know, going to a castle fighting Dracula, that could even, like, you know, they said miniseries. I could easily see that being a competent miniseries.
Hey, question. What propaganda is he talking about?
Oh, like, he's saying it's going to be like a different vampire thing. There's so many different vampire crap stuff over the last decade. Twilight, Vampire, True Blood, Vampire Diaries.
What's going to be?
Count Chocula.
You mean he's gonna really? When people say they're gonna flip the genre on its head, I just don't ever see people.
Maybe they'll just mean it won't be lame because everything I named there was lame. So that could be it, right?
Fair. That's fair.
So yeah. I don't know. Like I don't have a great connection to the Castlevania series. I have the NES games. I still haven't beaten them because they're very hard, and I just haven't time in. But I'm at least curious enough that I'll probably check that out. And that got me thinking.
What other games?
There have been many attempts.
For TV.
Early on, Nintendo did the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I don't think it got very good. It certainly hasn't aged well, I will tell you that much. Sonic has tried a TV show here and there. It also has been terrible. Yeah, so I can't really think of a great one that has happened. I could be... Oh, well, okay. Halo Forward Unto Dawn. I don't know. Have you seen that?
No.
I think that's on Netflix also. That was pretty good. That was live action, and it was... That was interesting.
Good about it?
I mean, it was just... Forward Unto Dawn. So it was about these kids... in UNS in training, basically, and I think it's before the Covenant War starts. But there's kind of like rumors of stuff going on, and like I think the Spartans are still kind of this kind of myth force that people don't really know if they exist or not. So you don't really see Master Chief very much until kind of the end of it. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's not for long. But that was good. Triforce? Yes, Fuzzy Dunlop. I do have a silly Triforce t-shirt. Unless, do you mean Triforce that you want a Zelda TV show? We were thinking about that. And I just don't... I don't know if that would quite work.
What, Zelda?
Yeah.
I bet Zelda would work as a movie.
I think you're right, because that... I love the stories in Zelda, but I think confining that to a tight 2.5 hours would probably be the best way to get at that.
Is Fuzzy Dunlop your brother?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think my brother's on Twitch. I know.
For some reason that just reminds me of one who, I don't know why I thought that might be him.
I mean, perhaps
until further notice,
he will reveal himself in the chat. Although I think he's gone.
See, it is him.
Fuzzy Dunlop.
Look, why else would he know my name?
Well, we say your name often enough.
Yeah, but he would have to have been. Yeah, but there's like 3 people.
I don't get the Fuzzy Dunlop name. Is that a thing I'm not missing?
I don't remember why that's that name.
I say this. How did you?
My mind is just a steel trap, man. Things go in and they don't come out.
Sure, this isn't one. You could be one of your brothers. You have more of them.
None of them would know.
Why? I've never watched that. Okay. Okay.
I'm like the greatest detective of our age.
You are fit. I am dumbstruck by your abilities right now. So the game series that I thought of, which is a total cop out, is Phoenix Wright. And the reason is that's a cop out is it's a court procedural game.
Sure.
But the thing I would like to see is that, the crime and scene investigation, all that random stuff, but it really the gameplay focuses on the interrogation in the courtroom, right? And the characters get so flustered and stuff when you start to corner them with the evidence that I would really like to see that as kind of a play off of the serious courtroom drama. I'd like to see it like treated seriously up until they completely flip their shit. When you corner them with very obvious facts about their blood being left at the scene and stuff. If you don't know, like, look up a Phoenix Wright clip. It's pretty great. The one I played, the guy's got like a toupee and he throws it after you corner it long enough. It's just.
I do like the idea of a really over-the-top courtroom procedural. I think that'd be fantastic.
Really uncharted territory.
Fuzzy Dunlop, who's also your brother, said that he had no idea that we did this. Doc, come on. We gotta get the word out there. This is our 9th episode. 9 episodes.
I know, spanning a year and a half.
We're averaging about an episode every 3 months or something.
Pretty close. Not bad.
Anyway, other games that I think we've talked about would probably port well to a series would be something with rich universes. So like Fallout would work well for that.
Yeah.
Especially with the idea of Fallout, a post-apocalyptic show with the idea of all of these vaults or places where survivors went pre-apocalypse and hid underground in these man-made shelters.
Mm-hmm. And you could focus on, there's so many different side characters that are interesting. There's so many different factions that are interesting. There's a lot of different places you could go there with any of the Fallout games. I think that would be that would be a possibility.
Any of them, the Morrowind games would work for that.
Elder
same
Scrolls,
reason.
yeah. Although that'd be tough. Well, I mean, I guess they're not similar at all in terms of in Games of Thrones in terms of the story, but it'd probably be tough to. That might have to wait a few years.
Oh,
that could
because that space.
I mean, maybe people are not, can't get enough of the sword and boob genre, but maybe it's starting to.
The sword and boob genre. That is.
That's Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Thoughts on Assassin's Creed movie?
Yeah.
The Assassin's Creed 2 was good. Other than that, but then the story was kind of like, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Here's my basic problem with every movie that's ever been based on a video game. So the Tomb Raider movies, the Resident Evil movies. My problem with all of these movies, and what I think Assassin's Creed is going to be more of, is it's like some guy, just imagine this, a room full of people who have never played a video game before, and they're like, all right, what do these nerds want to see? And like, that's just, he's going to do 7 flips. With each rotation, he's going to throw one knife, and there's going to be another guy dropping. It's like, that's awesome, but wait. What if one of the knives goes through one guy and then through another guy? Like, oh yeah, sweet. And then let's have some woman walk in with a super low cut shirt.
Right?
Yeah, dude. Those nerds are gonna go wild for that shit. And then that's like,
and they will.
Resident
but
Evil was like,
it won't stand the test of time. Yeah, I feel like very similar to kind of how the superhero movies are doing, whereas DC's very, all just ugh. I get it. Batman. You could do serious with Batman, but like Superman and stuff, like don't bum me out with Superman, right?
Oh.
And, like accept that these are comic book movies to some degree, right? Which is what a thing I think Marvel has done very well. It's kind of been like, well, we're having fun, It's a comic book movie. It's kind of stupid, but it's still fun because these characters are interesting. I think video games have to do that. There has to be some kind of acknowledgement that, yeah, okay, this is based off a goddamn video game. So let's have a little fun with it. And that Assassin's Creed those trailers have not, they have not indicated that this is anything less than the most serious thing ever perpetrated by man.
Fuzzy Dunlop says that's a good point. Not every backstory has to be super dark, and I agree completely with both his statement and your point that I mean, it just don't need to do that. We don't need to make one of the funniest parodies of that whole, like, I feel like there's this trend towards making everything a little dark now, dark and edgy. Dark, edgy reboot is like still the flavor of the month and has been for a while. One of the funniest parodies of that was a Penny Arcade comic that was going to reboot Sesame Street as a dark HBO series.
What?
Yeah. Can you, if I send you the link, if I find this,
I'm gonna Google it first. Let's see if I can find it.
Do Sesame Street Penny Arcade.
Freaks and Beaks?
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Oh, HBO has Sesame Street. Okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
if you can put that up on the screen. I like the idea of just a series and Fuzzy. This is fantastic.
Sex murder. Okay, well, yeah,
Isn't that?
That's a fairly good example of what we're talking about.
The third panel is just fantastic. That is just spot on.
Oh, and I'm just hearing that theme song in my head that they're probably using. Oh, that's great. That is great.
Oh
man.
I like the idea of a series just called Sword Boobs. just cut straight to the point. Just don't even. No Game of Thrones, just sword boobs, and then the whole intro. The intro can be kind of clever, like most of them are, but it's just different shots.
There you go. Yep.
People with swords and boobs.
I'm looking at my bookcase of games here, thinking if we're missing anything obvious. Okay. Well, one awesome video game TV show is Street Fighter 2 V, the animated series.
How could I have forgotten that earlier?
I highly recommend everybody YouTube Street Fighter 2 V.
Oh my god, it's fantastic.
Just for the episode titles.
If only for the episode titles.
Just the best.
Oh my goodness. Could we list a couple episode titles?
So the problem is like the subtitles are where it's really the gold really is.
So you have to, you can't look up the episode titles online because it won't list the entire title.
Alright, Street to the.
Oh yeah, there's another. Speaking of, Fuzzy Dunlop alerted me to this. Another bad transition from game to movie. Street Fighter. Oh, and also Mortal Kombat. Those movies weren't good. Not that they had a great backstory in the games or anything, but just bad movies. Just bad movies. I contend that it's not that hard to make a good action movie. But both of those movies for me were just ruined by unlikable portrayals of who were supposed to be the heroes and terrible acting. And if you throw in like super cheesy action on top of that, just didn't do it.
So Darkness at Kowloon Palace, their great escape from the lawless zone.
That's a fantastic one.
Okay, here this is.
Give me a dramatic reading of the title.
Trap, prison, and the scream of truth. Proud Ryu.
Trap, prison, and the scream of truth.
Oh, that should have been our episode title. Oh, damn it.
That should. I mean, let's write that down for episode 10. Hey, Fuzzy Dunlop, you weren't listening earlier? We were just talking about John Wick. Great, simple movie. Did you watch yesterday? Is that what you watched yesterday?
He watched it yesterday. I watched it a day or two ago.
Okay. You guys are watching the same things around the same time.
We might be in communication about some of these things.
Well, I'm going to watch it now too. And exactly, I've heard from many, many people that movie is awesome, including now you two. And for that exact reason, you don't need a bunch of crazy backstory or reasons for things. Just put in some good action with somebody who is a competent actor like Keanu is, and there you go.
Yeah. Although I will say that they treat it very seriously, but the action is ridiculous enough. Like, after he hits, like, his 6th headshot in a row, you're like, okay, I know what this is, and they're fantastic. But, so yeah, it's not always an easy balance to strike, but when they do it well, it's fantastic. But no, I think we've covered the entire history of video games. I have it on my bookshelf, so that's...
What are you looking around for? I didn't want to interrupt.
I was just looking to see if there were any titles that jumped out to me as obvious candidates for TV shows like Ice Climber.
Ice Climbers would make
a climb that ice
TV show. Donkey Kong. There we go. That's 6 seasons at least.
There we go. Overwatch.
Fuzzy Dunlop says Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch would probably make a pretty good series.
Again, we've talked about this. Blizzard games are PC games. I tried to tell you this before you got it.
We all already have it for
a few months too late to put in that motion for the Xbox Overwatch Club.
I would like to make a motion to say that our official stance is No Shots Fired is Blizzard games or computer games.
Except apparently Diablo's going on console, but anyway. Regardless.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, that would actually work pretty
Monkey Ball. I would watch the hell out of a Monkey Ball show.
That'd be fantastic.
I'd want it to be a very intense animation.
Right, that's what I imagined. The action scene is all...
League of Legends can die in a fire.
League of Legends, I think the backstory of League of Legends is terrible, but it would...
don't they just, like... There's a girl with a teddy bear as a character, right?
She's a demon child.
Annie. Yeah, okay, that's great.
Demon child.
With a teddy bear, though.
That's her evil teddy bear.
Oh, an evil... okay.
Tibbers. Tibbers is his name.
1080 Snow... Ricky Winterborn. He could probably carry a show. He could probably do that.
I was going to say, speaking of 1080 snowboarding, the Tony Hawk game, but I guess that's already kind of was a show with that.
And we're about 15 years too late to capitalize on that sort of stuff.
Well, and Rob Dyrdek already
did it.
Made that a TV show.
Paperboy. Isn't that just what's the pitch for Paperboy?
I would actually love to hear the pitch for Paperboy.
That's kid delivering newspapers in an extremely annoyingly controlled. I think
that game's
NES and Super Nintendo. Paperboy 2 was Super Nintendo. I am really bad at Paperboy, I guess is my main point.
Dark backstory Paperboy. Waking up early, abusive household.
It's dark some of the
year. Drunk on the floor again, passed out. As he's creeping out in the...
You think these papers are your ticket out? I thought that.
If your mother were still alive. With every paper he throws.
Your uncle thought that till the Gulf War newspaper blitz of '92. Crushed under 6 pallets of newspapers.
They say Prince is dead. Well, Prince, kill him! Alright, I think we got it. I think we have a winner.
Portal. And because I think J.J. Abrams is actually on to do a Portal movie.
Is that a real thing?
I think that is a real thing. Let me see.
Oh, Half-Life. Half-Life would make it good.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams. A Portal movie announcement is coming soon.
You're too late.
I feel like Half-Life could... Yeah, Half-Life could. I don't know about Portal.
You don't know about what?
Like Portal, because like it's one character who never talks, and GLaDOS.
Well, they're gonna. I imagine they'll expand the universe a bit for the sake of the movie.
I kind of. I mean, I'll watch it. Just whatever. Color me skeptical. Okay.
I think we're gone past our half-hour limit. We should probably.
Well, we actually had chat interaction this time.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Do you want to do the outro, or?
I guess I could do that.
Let's have you do the outro.
Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 V theme going. All right, we want to thank everyone for joining us on the No Shots Fired podcast, episode 9, The Couch Escape Protocol. As always, I am Doc, joined by my trusty cohort, Valen. We thank everyone for joining us this evening, and we'll plan to be back sometime next week, right? That's the plan. With, I'm sure, more super interesting topics. But I think that'll do it for this episode. Valen, do you have any closing thoughts?
We're sorry we ran out of time. We promise we'll get you those Barbie Horse Adventure Wild Horse Rescue Pro tips next week.
That's true. Barbie Horse Adventure is coming. All right. Peace out, everybody.